Two guards dragged a rural girl out and left her on the roadside. Just then, a supervisor walked over, poured water on the girl, and shouted, "Come here, you smelly villager! Listen carefully. Do you still want to interview at our company? Remember this, our company does not hire people like you from rural areas. Take your resume and get out of here." At that moment, a man came from behind and said angrily, "Hey, what are you doing?" The supervisor sneered, "What kind of person are you? A dog chasing rats and acting like a hero?" After insulting him, she turned and walked away. The man said in disbelief, "How can you have such bad behavior?" He then turned to the rural girl and asked gently, "Miss, what happened? Why are you completely soaked?" The girl replied softly, "Did you also come here for an interview, brother?" The man said, "Yes, I think so. I came here today for an interview too." The girl said sadly, "They didn't even look at my resume. It shocked me completely. They said the company has a clear policy that it doesn't hire people from rural areas." The man repeated in anger, "A clear policy not to hire rural residents? Who interviewed you?" The girl answered, "I saw the name on her employee badge, Supervisor Wang." The man said, "Manager Wang, that's absolutely humiliating. May I see your resume?" The girl nodded. "Yes, here you go." The man read it carefully and said in surprise, "You graduated from Tsinghua University? You studied electronic engineering design? Just because you're from a rural area, she refused to hire you?" The girl smiled bitterly and said, "What's the use of having a high degree? During the interview, you still have to give bribes. If you don't have the right background or connections, they won't hire you." The man said angrily, "Even interviews require bribes now. Is there no justice left in this world?" He paused and then said, "Miss, I also came here for an interview today. Will you come with me and try again?" The girl hesitated and said, "I don't want to go. She threw me out and even poured water on me." The man replied confidently, "Don't worry. I know several senior leaders in this company. Come with me. Maybe the result will be different." The girl thought for a moment and said, "All right, let's go." They entered the office together. The man handed over his resume and said to the supervisor, "Please take a look at my resume. I'm highly educated." The supervisor glanced at it and sneered, "A graduate from Tsinghua University? So what? We don't need supervisors from rural areas. Get out of here." The man said firmly, "Did you read my resume carefully? I graduated from Tsinghua University with a degree in electrical engineering. That perfectly matches this company's needs. Just because I'm from a rural area, you refuse to hire me?" The supervisor stood up and said coldly, "If you want the job, pay money. Everything depends on connections and money." The man nodded calmly. "Oh, money will solve it? Fine." He took out cash from his pocket and started counting. The supervisor quickly grabbed it and said, "Give it here." The man said, "I've given you 10,000 yuan. Can I get the job now?" The supervisor replied casually, "I can't say yet." The man looked at her and said, "You are responsible for what you've done. Just wait." He then took out his phone and made a call. "Hello, Director Jin. Please come to the interviewer's office immediately. Right now." The supervisor suddenly slapped the man. Just then, a manager rushed in and shouted, "Sister, stop! He is my boss." The supervisor froze and said, "My brother, he's the boss?" The manager replied, "Yes, what are you doing?" He then turned to the man and said nervously, "I'm sorry, boss." The boss said coldly, "You two are extremely arrogant. You look down on rural people and take bribes from them. Let me make this clear. Pack your things and get out of my company. You're fired. Get out." And for more heart-touching stories, don't forget to like and subscribe.